Coach, I believe that is the first game I've ever seen where you scored on every possession.
Is that right? Yeah, I think that's right.
Because, and Bosqueville had the ball at the end of both halves. So, has that ever happened? I mean,
Not that I'm aware of. Boy, the kids just played really well tonight. They played all facets of the game. They played hard. They played together. They played as a unit. They played with a lot of pride. I can't be more proud of a bunch of kids. They worked hard this week. They were really focused throughout the week, and they brought it here Friday night, and they wanted to prove a point that we're the real thing, so it showed itself tonight. They played really well.
At the end of the game, they wanted to keep them out of the end zone. I mean, that was like for the winning touchdown.
Yeah, that's a lot of pride with our defense. They don't want anybody to score. That was something that one of the linebackers told me. We want to continue to keep them shut out of the end zone. We want to make sure that happens. So they really worked hard to try to make sure that happened, and fortunately we were.
Now, the first time y'all played, it was a whole lot closer game. You really got your running game uncranked this time.
Yeah, the first time we played, we had some injuries early. We had some kids that didn't play due to injury. We had some that got hurt during the game, and I think the kids probably overlooked them a little bit coming into that ball game. But we had some that they just weren't themselves, and fortunately we were able to pull that game out. But tonight was a different story. They were really focused, really intense, and they played really well.
Now, a couple of things that you jumped on them big early. You were up 21-0 at the end of the first quarter, and that, when you're playing a team that's kind of dangerous, if you can get jumped on them fast, that's a good thing.
Well, our whole idea is to control the clock as much as we can on offense and play real sound defense. And if we can do that and put points on the board and keep them out, obviously you're gonna turn out pretty well for the night. But we were able to do that continuously throughout the first half, and then again in the second half. That pick to start the second half right off the bat really. That changed the whole complexion of the second half right there. So taking the ball away from them when they had the opportunity to have the ball first in the second half, it really hurt them, I think.
You talked about trying to use up a lot of clock. Did you know you used over 6 minutes on a 29-yard drive?
Yeah. Well, that's what we want to do, and fortunately our guys, they realized that, and they went into the ball game saying, hey, we're going to control the ball as much as we can and try to put points on the board, and that's what they did. So really good.
Crawford and Bosqueville have always had a little bit of a rivalry. Y'all really like beating each other, so this was an intense game all the way on both sides.
Well, we know each other so well. Our kids know their kids and vice versa. We're around each other a bunch at other sporting events, and so there was a lot of pride on the line. They played us well the first game, and we were out to prove a point that we weren't ourselves. We're going to be better this week, and I think it showed. And two, I think this is the first opportunity they've been to this point, this deep in the season, and I think they were a little bit overwhelmed, especially when things went south for them early on. And that's one thing we're fortunate. We've had experience at this level a little bit, and our kids kind of know how to handle that the emotion of playing in a game of this magnitude, and so I think that paid off too.
Now, do you know anything about next week yet?
Not sure. Last I heard, I think Post was up on Cisco. I'm assuming Post will probably be the team that we play. Not sure on the site yet. We've talked a little bit about it, hadn't locked anything in. So, there's not really a middle of the road between us and Post. We've talked San Angelo, talked Brownwood, so we'll just wait and see. I'll talk to him later tonight or early in the morning. We'll figure out where we'll be.
Okay, so next week sometime, and probably Post, but maybe Cisco?
Yeah, I think it'd probably be Post. I'm not sure though. And don't know the day, either Thursday or Friday. We'll see.
Okay, so we'll see you next week sometime somewhere.
Okay. All right, thank you.